Hello, students. This is Nitin Shimpi from Bright Tuition Class. Today we are going to study your first poem, The Sea by James Ruse. James Ruse, a British poet, wrote many poems, short stories on children and nature. This poem is so philosophical. Poet compares the sea with a hungry giant grey dog. So poet's views is different from our angle. Okay. That's why I can say it's philosophical and make us thoughtful. The poem The Sea by James Ruse presents to the reader a whole new, different and imaginative view of the sea. If you see poet's angle, you can enjoy the poem. You would expect that the sea and a dog are two completely unrelated things. पूरे पोम में कंपेयर किया है डॉग के साथ सी को. दोनों पूरा अलग है. You come to realize that they are in fact very alike and share many similarities. दोनों में common qualities है. If you go deep, the effective use of onomatopoeia, metaphors, personification, repetition, alliteration, this figure of speech जिसने उस पोएम को बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल बनाया है, ऑर्नामेंटल बनाया है. Also many rhyming words like grey day, bones, stones, pause, jaws. Then after that snips, clips. After that we can say June tune. Okay, pause. Sorry, and after that many types of we can say rhyming words are used. Ruse also makes the reader agree the poetry gives a special imaginative view of the world around us. The message that the poem The Sea is trying to send the reader is to show more content. So let's start the poem. The sea is a hungry dog, giant and grey. He rolls on the beach all day with his clashing teeth and shaggy jaws. The rumbling, tumbling stones and bones. The giant sea dog moans, licking his greasy paws. And when the night wind roars and the moon rocks in the stormy cloud, he bounds to his feet and snaps and snips, shaking his wet sides over the cliffs, and howls long and loud. But on the quiet days in May or June, when even the grasses on the dune play no more on their reedy tune, with his head between his paws, he lies on the sandy shores, so quiet, he scarcely snores. In the first stanza, poet compares the sea with hungry dog, who is a giant and grey. Also, poet uses he. The word he stands for the sea. When non-living things are given human qualities, human actions, it is called personification. And the first line, the sea is a hungry dog, it's a metaphor, implied simile जिसको बोलते हैं. पोएट ने कंपेयर किया है सी को हंग्री डॉग के साथ. एंड दिस सी विच रोल्स ऑन द बीच ऑल डे, वो मूव कर रही है पूरा बीच में, with his clashing teeth, ugly teeth, and long thin jaws, and rumbling tumbling stones, क्या करे, बाइट कर रहे, एंड बोन्स. एक्चुअली ये 4 बोन्स का पीछे रीजन है कितना हंग्री है वो सी. इफ one word is repeated more than one time, it is called repetition. Word or phrase is repeated more than once, it is called repetition. And second line में दिया है giant and grey, G sound is repeated, it is called alliteration. जब consonant sound repeat होता है more than one, it is called alliteration. So poet ने metaphor, पोइट ने यूज़ किया है पर्सनिफिकेशन, पोइट ने यूज़ किया है अलिट्रेशन, पोइट ने यूज़ किया है सो रम्बलिंग टम्बलिंग मतलब असोनेंस, पोइट ने यूज़ किया है रिपीटिशन. सो द जायंट सी डॉग मोन्स, बेचारा सैड है, लो साउंड है, एंड लिकिंग बिटिंग हिज ग्रीसी मतलब ऑयली पॉज इन द सी. So first stanza shows how uncomfortable, how hungry the sea is, like a hungry dog. And when the night wind roars and the moon rocks in the stormy cloud, he bounds to his feet, snuffs and snips. When the night wind roar करता है, roars मतलब we can say voice. It is called onomatopoeia. Okay, जब creating sound is called onomatopoeia. Okay. So here, when the night wind roars and the moon rocks in the stormy cloud, moon rocks कहाँ पे? Stormy cloud, and he bounds to his feet. He मतलब the sea bounds to his feet, snuffs, extinguished, and snip मतलब taking smell, shaking his weight side over the cliff. जो weight side है उस पर hammering कर रहा है. Okay, howls and hallows long and loud. We can see this. Also this. Okay. So in the second stanza leading into the second stanza, Preuss analysis the sea on a stormy night and a delirious nature, confused nature of a hungry dog. Second stanza में पोएट एनालिस कर रहा है कि stormy night को and confused nature of the hungry dog when he is shaking his wet sides over cliffs, moving his wet sides over the cliffs. देखो ये कैसे है, क्लिप्स पर कैसे ये कर रहा है, सी दिस, कैन सी दिस ऑल्सो, कैसे हैमरिंग कर रहे हैं. द इमेज ऑफ वेव्स क्रैशिंग अगेंस्ट द क्लिप इज सरप्राइजिंगली सिमिलर टू द इमेज ऑफ अ डॉग. इमेज ऑफ द वेव्स क्रैशिंग अगेंस्ट द क्लिप, कैसे वेव्स क्रैश करता अगेंस्ट द क्लिप, is similar to the image of a dog splashing around in a pool. जैसे पूल में जब डॉग होता है कैसे पानी बाहर उड़ता है, वैसे ही ये पानी बाहर निकल रहा है. The cliffs being the walls of the pool, the water being the sea, and the dog the wind. The cliffs being the walls of the pool, and the water being the sea, and the dog the wind. And third view, but on quiet days in May or June, when even the grasses on the dune play no more their reedy tune, with his head between his paws, he lies on the sandy shores, so quiet, he scarcely snores. In the last stanza, Reuss connects the beautiful, tranquil sea, victorious sea, to the calm attitude of a happy and no longer hungry dog. Just like हमारा पेट भर जाता तो हम कितने शांत होते हैं, वैसे फर्स्ट स्टैंजा में कितना हंग्री था सी. सेकंड स्टैंजा में देखा आपने, सी कंपेयर किया विथ क्लिप. So the cliffs being the walls of the pool, and the water being the sea, and the pool and the dog the wind. And third stanza जो है कितना quiet है, Quiet days in May or June shows that the sea is serene and resembles a content, happy, comfortable. His head between his paws, he lies on the sandy shores, so quiet, so quiet. मैं तो बोलता हूँ इसको कंपेयर करना चाहिए ह्यूमन बीइंग से भी, हमारा नेचर वैसे होता है. He scarcely snores. He scarcely snore मतलब grumbling sound. And here, so quiet, he scarcely snores. These last three lines. He lies on the sandy shore, so quiet, he scarcely snores. The last three lines of the poem show how calm they can be. It creates a large contrast between the previous condition, the first and second संजय का जो condition था the sea का, तो कंपेयर किया डॉग के साथ, एंड थर्ड, तीनों में कितना कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन है. Ruse has, if affectionately, divided the poem The Sea into three stanzas. Each stanza shows a different aspect of the nature's wonder. लेकिन अगर आपने नेचर को अलग अलग एंगल स्टडी किया तो आपको सच में लगेगा कितना ब्यूटीफुल, कितना सच में इफेक्टिव है. So I must say James Reeves is one of the best nature poet. The sea is a new aspect of a dog's nature. The message that the poem The Sea is trying to send to the reader is basically how much the sea and the dog resembles each other. They have identical traits, qualities and behavior. Connections between these two can be made in so many different ways. It's uncanny, okay, unimaginable. So this poem is so thoughtful. Thank you.